We've moved our pastor meetings to Monday mornings instead of the usual Monday afternoons because we've got so much going on during the week that we figured that we needed to get together with each other sooner rather than later. So just got out of that. Now I'm heading to an awesome Skype interview with one of our missionaries that we're going to play as part of our broadcast this coming Sunday. So that's what I'm doing this morning. How did you decide to do, so you thought about Poland while you were at seminary?
So my first time overseas was to Russia when I was in high school. And that's really where God started opening my heart towards missions and what he's doing around the world and spiritual need. And so ever since high school, really, I had a love for Eastern Europe, and had done a semester in Poland when I was in college, and a summer back in Russia. And so really at that point was kind of looking at Russia, Poland, somewhere Eastern Europe. And then, so I was back in the States, and I knew that God was still calling me overseas somewhere at some time. But I really was trying to be open to, okay, God, I've had this long-term love of Eastern Europe, but now you may be calling me somewhere else. God, just lead me where you want me. And then in getting connected with Pioneers, I was looking through their database of teams all over the world, trying not to think about location, but really looking at some of the ministry opportunities and team dynamics and different things. And every team that stood out was back in Europe. And so it was kind of like God saying, I really was preparing you for this. You just had to let it happen in my timing, not in your timing.
Ahora sí, quiero decir algo, Denis, para cadena nacional y universal. El versículo más mal aplicado del mundo.
Ya, o sea, ya estás entrando.
Ya estoy entrando en el tema.
Ya, ok.
El versículo más mal usado. Todo lo puedo en Cristo que me fortalece. Por primera vez lo vamos a usar bien.
Ajá.
Porque Pablo dice, he aprendido a vivir en la escasez y he aprendido a vivir en la abundancia. Porque todo lo puedo en Cristo que me fortalece. Entonces, creo que es el momento para que confiemos en Dios y aprendamos a vivir confiados en que todo lo podemos en Cristo que nos fortalece, ¿no?
Just had a live stream with Josue in Spanish, and it's now 11:30 p.m. and I am going to bed. I just tweeted something that I thought I wanted to share with the vlog. It says, this is the perfect time to be doubling down on the practices of spiritual disciplines. If you can't pray, read, meditate on scripture, and contemplate a godly life in the time of quarantine, when will you be able to do it? What I really want to do is use some of this time to actually do those things, to read my Bible, to meditate, to pray more, to actually get alone and spend time with God. And I'm praying that that's what many of us who are stuck at home during this quarantine will be doing. God knows that we need it. We've been ignoring it personally for so long that we wonder why we can't grow. So I wanted to just challenge me to be the kind of guy who is using this time at home as a time to practice personal spiritual disciplines. So it's funny because I'm wearing the same thing in every video, and it's because it's cold in my basement. So I always put this sweatshirt on, so people probably just think I haven't changed in since we've been sequestered.
I guess when we're talking family worship, I'm trying to remove the fear of, all right, we're all going to sit in the living room. We're going to put everybody's phone in a box, and we're all going to be, for an hour, we're going to do this. it may not last an hour. It may be 15 minutes. My goodness, if some of our family, I'll be very honest, if some of our family said, hey, we're trying this and the best we can do right now is like Tuesday nights, 15 minutes right after dinner, I'm saying great, because that's 15 more minutes than you were doing prior. So don't beat yourself up. Start with that. And it may be 3 or 4 weeks into this of just being systematic with it, that on that 4th or 5th week, maybe your child says something that is out, that leads you into a 30-minute family time of discussion and worship and prayer, or maybe they're praying for a family member, or there's a crisis, and we're living in the world of crises right now.
Or it gives you kind of an ammunition's the wrong word, but it gives you conversation topic for another time whenever you're going to talk, right? It doesn't all have to happen in that one set time that you have family worship. It can also happen when you're getting ready for bed, or when you're, I don't know, walking along the way, or when you sit down, or when you rise up. I'm quoting there somewhere.
I've heard that before, but there you are, unoriginal, repeating things that have been said.
Prayer is happening in 5 minutes. This is probably the most important Zoom call that I will have all week.
I was reading with Kenny and one of our friends on a chat the other night, Psalm 46, and I was like, okay, we always talk about God is our refuge and strength. That's one of my dad's favorite verses, an ever-present help in times of trouble. And then also, be still and know that I am God. But right after be still and know, he says, I will be honored. I will be glorified. Like, God is going to get the glory, and he's working for our good and, for his glory. But we've got to step up. Now's the time. There's so many hurting people that don't have the hope.
Heading up to the church to film Sunday's service. Got a lot of recording due today. Gonna be a fun day. CD cover.
Yeah. Take 2. Unbelievable. Hit the wrong chord.
You're live in creative arts.
Unbelievable. It happens to everybody. Woo!
Oh, we're almost done. Take 1400. Just finished up worship. I just actually edited the welcome video. It is like really cool. We had this concept to ask people from our church to send in a selfie video of them saying, "Hey, Springdale." And then I created this.
Hi, Springdale.
Hey, Springdale.
Hey, Springdale.
What's up, Springdale?
Greetings, Springdale.
Hey, Springdale.
Hey, Springdale.
Hey, Springdale.
Hey, Springdale.
Hey, Springdale. How you doing this morning?
So I'm pretty pumped about the way that turned out. Now I've just got to edit the rest of the service. So I've got the first 2 minutes done. I guess I got a lot of work to do. We've been working on a 1,000-piece puzzle. We have 1,000 pieces, but we have one that is a duplicate. Therefore, we're missing one. I'm gonna put the last one in, but it doesn't do any good to have 1,000 pieces if one of them is a duplicate. Every piece is important, but this one doesn't go here. It goes over here. Why? Is that disappointing?
A little bit. Just tape it there. Just
all that work.
It could fit there.
All that work, and it can't be completed. Not because we missed a piece, because they sent us the wrong pieces. Hold on! I have to rescind everything that I just said because we found it. We found the final piece.
But we had 1,000.
We have 1,001 pieces. Here we go. Boom!
Whoa.
Hardest puzzle I've ever done.
That's because it's just
people are looking at you with, really?
It is a hard puzzle. Look at that.
I had one of those.
Woo! I'm sorry I said those bad things about that company. Please forgive me.
We love you.
Happy birthday, somebody in a quarantine world. Heading out to say happy birthday to one of our friends. Happy birthday! You're on my Instagram now, so happy birthday, Caleb.